I was the lucky one, I guess, to kick things off for this part. So we're super excited to have another Anna join our. Oops, I'm not even following my rule. Hang on. Another Anna join our family. So for those of you who don't know, we have our own Anna, Anna Donahue, which is Ben's youngest sister, and then we just added another Anna, Anna Bray, which is our daughter Hope and her husband Brady's dog. So we now are adding another Anna Donahue here within another day. So now the clock's on our Anna, see if we've got some things.
Noted. Anybody got it?
Sorry. Just kidding. I'm sure I'm going to hear about this a lot later. But back on Ben and Anna, we absolutely, or at least I are so happy. You saw some of the videos up there, and you saw Ben as a younger kid, and you're kind of wondering. I mean, he's got his underwear on backwards and cowboy boots, and and all, but to find a girl like Anna's just been amazing, and to get to know her and just to see you both together has been great. The one kind of final thing I'll say here before I turn over to Beth is we kind of, as new folks join our family, start to date our kids, it's fun how they kind of interact with the rest of our family. And we had like this kind of rite of passage almost I would say for Anna B. When she joined we have an annual trip, we go to Blue Ridge in Georgia, spend a week up there, and our whole family goes, and we also get Grandpa Larry and Grandma Becky go with us. And so a week with Grandma Becky and Grandpa Larry, and we saw, is this going to work? And Anna was a trooper, and she loved them, and it was all good. So we're like, this girl is coming, she's coming aboard. This is great. Anyway, guys, super excited. We love you both, and couldn't be happier. So we're so happy for tomorrow, and we can't wait. So thanks.
Hey everyone. Yes, I am Anna's sister. I'm also the ring bearer Luca's mom, whichever connection is a bigger deal this weekend. So Anna and Ben started dating right around the time we found out we were expecting Luca. So Anna and I would track their relationship progress with my trimesters. Toward the end of their third trimester of dating incubation, we were pretty confident in them. So I actually started making notes for this speech a couple weeks before my due date, knowing that I'm not really a public speaker, but I am a writer and a planner, and that some baby haze was probably about to set in, and that there was a very strong chance this wedding was going to be happening too. So I'm excited to finally be giving this about a year and a half later. So Anna and Ben really started out with a strong musical bond. I think they've gone to a couple concerts together. Anna might still be a little bit bitter that Ben got most musical in high school, when she really sold out to that marching band lifestyle. But I guess she didn't quite go all in on that because she was really busy building her financial empire. We all know Anna is big into finances. She's an accountant and a financial analyst, but she truly loves it. Since high school, Kiplinger's has been her light reading of choice. But a lot of people don't know that she made her early fortune foraging for spare coins around the house. Day and night, you could find Anna scouring under couch cushions, underneath furniture, nowhere was safe. In grad school, a little more in the know, after all that work to become a master of accounting, in classic quirky Anna fashion, she decided to turn her obese hedgehog into a cash cow as an unlikely Instagram influencer. Also a great success. But Anna always wanted to be a wife and a mother from a very young age too. I should mention that she was very nurturing to those hedgehogs, despite being a bit of a pageant mom. And with all of her forward-thinking childhood financial ventures, she always used to say that she was bringing her contribution up front so she could get married and stay home with those babies. And Anna is going to be such a great wife and mother with her sweet, gentle spirit. Anna and I are pretty different. She's a little more laid back to my type A, but Ben and I actually have the same personality type. I know that because Anna loves to type a personality. I've got to say, if you'd asked me in our early years, I wouldn't have quite described our personalities as ideally compatible. But despite some kinks in the road early on, sharing indoors, stealing clothes, carpooling to school together, it's ended up working out great for Anna and I. I like to think I've laid a great foundation for this relationship. Really worked out all the potential pitfalls and left you guys with the perfect match. One thing that I know will help right out of the gate is that you guys can't wear the same clothes. Still, Ben, just know that while you can count on Anna 100% for mutual funds and monetizing exotic pets, you will definitely be picking up stray LaCroix cans and candy wrappers for the rest of your life. But really, you guys do complement each other so well. And I've never seen you happier, more at peace, or more organized. Ben, you give Anna a schedule, help bring some efficiency to all of us, really. Truly knew Ben was the one when I recovered from the total shock of Anna sending me her first calendar invite. But like I said, Anna will always be a loyal, loving partner, always there and willing to help. And I've seen a lot of that same thing in Ben as I've gotten to know him. Anna, you have such an earnest, persevering heart for the Lord, and I'm so proud of the woman of God you've always strived to be, no matter the cost or the sacrifice. God's timing in your relationship with him, in this relationship, is so evident. And Ben, I'm so happy she's found someone to cherish and nurture that. You're both passionate about the Lord, and it's been so sweet to see you navigate your faith together with so much steadfastness and without compromising, and lean on God through it all. You know He's going to do awesome things through your marriage, and we're so excited to be able to see it unfold with Ben as part of our family.
Anna's father of the groom, Jim Bonner. And first I want to just thank everyone for the travels, coming out to the beach this weekend, and caring about our two families, and just being enthusiastic about the union between Anna and Ben. I want to give Ben a couple things to think about as he goes forward with this, and they're kind of semi-secrets, but he's probably already picked up on both of these things. Anna is a true animal lover, and any new creature she encounters, she goes head over heels for these creatures. You've already heard about the famous hedgehog who made her millions on not quite on one of the social websites. But so we had 3 hedgehogs sequentially, and one of them had four babies. We thought that hedgehog was a male until the 4 babies showed up. But Anna loved those hedgehogs. They spent time with her on her desk when she was studying in college, and they were just really good buddies. You know, another perspective on Anna's love for animals came when she and I went to Australia. And I was going to a meeting in Australia, and we took a couple extra days after the meeting to spend some time looking around. And so we were on a tour bus, and one of the first stops was going to a zoo, and they had a petting zoo. And the petting zoo was a big screened-in cage with some animals that were somewhat unique to Australia. And so we walked into the cage. They had some kangaroos, and then they had lots of wallabies, which are a smaller version of a kangaroo. And Anna just fell for these wallabies. And you know, the rest of the people on the tour guide were kind of walking through the cage, you know, a little scared. You know, kangaroos kind of kick, and you know, they're not the friendliest sometimes. Anna plops down on the cement and is feeding the wallabies out of her hand. I had to go buy more food so she could feed the wallabies. The other people are just looking at her, you know, and kind of surprised. You know, they've all moved on to the next part of the zoo. We're still in the wallaby cage, and we start looking at the clock and realize our bus is going to leave pretty soon. And so we got out of the wallaby cage and ran through the rest of the zoo quickly. Got on our bus, but the rest of that trip, that's all she talked about. She was looking on the internet, looking for how you could buy a wallaby in Florida, and you know, we saw other things like the Sydney Opera House, and you know, wallabies were really the key thing. So the point of that is, if you're being asked to like wash the car or paint or something, maybe a trip to the pet store, you know, or maybe they have Rent-A-Pet. That could maybe get you out of some of the mundane things in life. The other big thing is sweets. Anna has a sweet tooth, and she's the only person I know who credits candy suckers for getting her through the CPA exam. And she has a couple of root canals to show for that. But no, she does love sweets. And another thing, when they were little kids, you couldn't buy Kinder Joy in the United States, and they have a little toy in the middle of the sweet, and they were thought to be chokables, and you could buy them overseas. So when I go to meetings overseas, I'd always bring back Kinder Joys for the kids to have. Anna just loved those, and so I actually have a giant one I just brought back from Spain in that bag right there. I've never seen one this big, so I thought I'd bring it. So that's something to remember too. If you're, you want to go golfing or something, maybe gain something like that in the morning. Just some casual advice on that. But no, I want to reiterate what's has already been said. We're so happy that the two of you are together. You're really going to be a great couple. Your faith in God is terrific. The definition of God is love, and you are part of that. And we're just so proud of you and looking forward to watching your great life together. Best of everything.
I'm Anna's grandfather, and when Jim joined up with Rochester Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, they moved there, and we were missing them for a while, and we decided we'd go to visit them. So we finally get out there and park the car and looking around, and all of a sudden I hear this little voice say, "Grandpa!" And here comes Crash Bonner coming down the driveway in roller skates, held on for election. Whoa, right into me. Almost knocked her down the street. So anyway, that's just something I think that, do you remember that?
Crash Bonner? Oh, yeah.
Okay. I remember it too. So hey, welcome to the family. And that's about it.
I have to get my notes because I couldn't do this without them. But hi, if you don't know me, I'm Amanda. Sorry, I'm already crying. Anna means a lot to me. Hold on. So, I'm a longtime friend of Anna's, and although we didn't meet at work, we currently work together and have spent the past 4 years sharing an office. And over these past 4 years, I feel that I've got a very detailed and special view into the way Anna's mind works, her very, very intelligent mind. And the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Anna, and that I wanted to highlight, is that she is constantly seeking what is best and what is true. She's always seeking it out, meaning there's a perfect way that I can do this, and I will keep seeking it out and until I find it, and then I will do it that way. She won't stop. And that might not seem very romantic, but bear with me, because what this means in her friendships is that she's constantly thinking, how can I be a better friend? And in that interaction, was I my best? Could I have been better? Always. And I've seen her ask herself this time and time again. And for you, Ben, I know that she will constantly be asking herself, how can she be a better best friend to you? How can she be a better wife and partner in life? And at some point, how she can be a better mother to your children. You have truly lucked out in that she will never stop seeking that. Even when you think, gee, our life could never be better than this, I promise, just give her some time and she'll find a way to surprise you. I love you both. That's it.
I'm Hope. I'm Ben's younger sister, the middle, not the Anna of the crew. So I'm just going to read this. Wrote this in the middle of the night last night with Anna Bray. So to say that I'm thankful for this weekend would be an understatement. Ben has always been the best big brother to me, and I look up to him in so many ways. He is so driven and passionate behind everything he sets his mind to. Not many people can say they started their own company from an idea that they had their senior year of college. He has a compassionate heart and is always looking to include others. He never makes anyone feel like they have to be anything other than themselves. He is also probably one of the smartest people I know. Many of our conversations about what he has going on at work is so far above my head, I just smile and wave and say, okay, yeah, great. Ben cares so deeply for the people around him and is always intentional about spending time with friends and family. My freshman year at Auburn, Ben was a senior, and about halfway through our fall semester, we started going to lunch together almost every Friday. He might have been using me for my Tiger card money because he got a free lunch out of it. But regardless, he always made an effort to spend time with me, to really check in and see how I was doing. Ben knows music, or knows and loves music more than any human I know, and you can never get in a car with him without him finding the perfect song to play. Speaking of car rides, when I was a freshman in high school, I rode to school with Ben every morning. I was not much of a morning person back then and would have really preferred a nice, quiet, and peaceful car ride. However, Ben had other plans. We would whip out of our driveway and quite literally fly through our neighborhood and onto 280. He would then proceed to throw into neutral, start to use his knees to steer us down the hill, and come to a screeching halt before we hit the car right in front of us. And all of this was happening while the song 21 by Corey Smith was playing. And I still have PTSD if I hear that song to this day. And it was all on the good old 1999 4Runner. All that to say, Ben and I are very different and always have been, but I think that's why I think he's so great. Since about college, I've been praying and hoping, that he would find just the right person to marry. Sorry. I just had a baby, so this might be where it's coming from. I'm not sure. Okay. So I wanted him to find someone that would truly love him for who he was, someone who would admire all of his amazing qualities and also all of his interesting quirks, someone who he could have those deep intellectual conversations with, someone who would challenge him and push him to be the greatest version of himself. Then enters Anna Bonner. Anna, you are the answer to so many prayers and more. Since the first time Ben called me and told me that he was going on dates with you, I knew you were the one. He had never talked about someone like he talks about you. I've never seen him as smitten or look at someone the way he looks at you. You are beautiful, kind, funny, smart, passionate, and exactly who God created for my brother to marry. Every time after we spend time with y'all together, the same conversations had between my mom, my dad, Anna, and Brayden and me, and it's like they're literally perfect for each other. It just makes so much sense. We could not imagine anyone better for Ben. So to say we're excited to have you officially as part of our family is an understatement. We love you, and I really do thank the Lord for allowing you to be the one that gets to marry my brother. So cheers to the future Donahues. I love you both so much.
Hi, everyone. I'm Claire Lawless. I was Anna's roommate in college, and I say roommate, but more so we just shared a dwelling space while Anna studied for the CPA. Sometimes we interacted and talked, but I do have my own fan club, Table 5. Shout out to Table 5. Most of them are related to me, so they have to laugh at my jokes, but I just wanted to not cry, probably. Just share how grateful I am to be here as a part of such a beautiful wedding for two beautiful people. I have seen Anna not as long as some of her friends, but through a lot of different seasons, and walked with her on some very special walks in life. And her finding Ben has just enriched my life so much. So Anna is one of the best celebrators I know. She will just go all out for her friends, and just like Amanda said, always wanting to go above and beyond to love on those who she cares about. And she was so present for me in my season of engagement and marriage. And I have just been so grateful to be a part of her walk. And her finding Ben has just been the most refreshing and wonderful thing. I might have cried during the slideshow, but I was probably just distracted by some children as well. But I just wanted to share how their relationship has inspired me and how I've gotten to spend some really actually nice time with them this summer. I had a summer camp in Birmingham. I came up and got to stay with Anna and got to know Ben a little bit better, and was just so grateful that the Lord had plans all planned out their whole lives for them to meet and to marry, and how when we didn't know that was going to be the plan, we just had to trust God, and Anna always did, and it was always such an inspiration to me, and I know her marriage will continue to be an inspiration to me and to so many, and Ben just loves her so well. So I'm just so grateful that God has brought you all together and that we've all gotten to be here to witness it. So cheers to the happy couple, many years together. Lots of baby cries.
I'm Ben's mom, Anna's future mother-in-law, with Joy. So as you saw on this slideshow, Ben has an incredible sense of adventure, and he always has had one since he came out with his underwear on backwards and his boots on the wrong feet and said, "Look, Mom, I did it all by myself," which I love that story. And then he was 4. He went, he and his friend Luke were playing one day. We were at our little small house, a little ranch, and they would run from the bedroom to the basement door and back, and to the basement door and back to the bedroom. Wasn't very far, but in their little feet, it really was. And I was standing there doing the dishes, and I was watching them. They wouldn't go down to the basement steps. Our basement was unfinished, so it looked scary, but it really wasn't, of course. But they got to the top of the stairs, and Ben said, "All right, Luke, are we mice or are we men?" And Luke said, "Ben, we are men." And Ben says, "Luke, I'm right after you." So he's always had this winsome sense of adventure, this kind heart, but some wisdom in that too, like knowing when to go, knowing when not to go first. But I love that about Ben, just his always that innate sense of knowing. And he's always been wise about that, all through his adventures, all through the startup businesses. It's been a long season, not a long season, it's been a season of just wading through college and high school and business startups and ideas and planning and seeing all that come, and we've endured a lot. And of course, as a mom's heart, your heart is like, that the one is there, and then it would be time, when it's the right time, and not a minute before. But do I have a surprise for you? In January of 2000, I can't remember what it was. What year did you start dating? 21. I was going to sleep one night, and clear as the day is long, and I love that you're all of faith because, of course, I love the Lord desperately. And as I was going to sleep, as clear as could be, I heard the words, "I have a surprise for you." And I sat up in bed and I thought, what in the world? Where did this come from? And I just knew it. I got up in the morning, I wrote it in my journal, I went for a long walk, and I had no idea what this was about. But I intuitively, of course, if you hear just something like that, you're going to look around and pay attention. And I'm walking in nature, and I'm seeing 2 by 2 squirrels, ducks, birds, and I'm walking 3 miles this little loop around our neighborhood, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? And that afternoon, Ben called us and said, "Hey, Mom, I've met this girl, Anna, and we'd like you to meet her." And I thought, oh my gosh, have I got a surprise for you? And we met you that night, and I thought, I already know. You may not have, but the Lord did. And it was such a joy just to sit there with open hands and watch the relationship bloom and grow without any fear, but just with a knowing. It's been such a blessing. So, cheers to you. God is good and faithful and kind. And I'm so thankful for you both.
Okay, I'm Anna. I am the other sister, the youngest sister. And
for me, just like thinking about coming up here and getting to talk to Ben and Anna, it was really cool, and just like reflecting on Ben as an older brother. And I feel like a lot of times when people ask about like family dynamics, I'm like, yes, I'm close to my sister, but I'm so alike my brother. And it's just been cool to think back over, like, I don't know, all the places Ben has been, and just like I see myself following him in his footsteps of like your travels and now like Nashville and music. And it's just like, I've admired you so much, and I don't think I've realized that until I was able to like reflect back on just like kind of a path you've made for me, and just kind of showed me where I could go and what is possible. And I think I'm just like feeding off of what Hope said and a lot of people have said, and just echoing like seeing your passion and your drive for stuff and for like work and friendships in this relationship has just been really beautiful and something that I've really admired. And I don't think I've gotten to say that. And I just thought about both of y'all. You do celebrate others so well, and there's just so many things that like I feel like our family says to each other is when y'all leave. And so I think that tonight is just such a cool time for people just to like express the way that y'all kind of sometimes like take a back seat and let others go to the front. And I just have so loved being a part of y'all's relationship and just seeing that grow. And I just like, I can't even express how many times, like Hope said, that our family, when y'all have left, we've been like, there are no two people more perfect for each other. Like, I feel like, and I think this is just the mark of a true and beautiful relationship, is that we've said, like, we've never seen Ben more himself. And we've never seen Ben more happy in, like, the things that he's passionate about. And, like, I think seeing Anna step into that stuff and just go to all these concerts and, like, whether or not she even liked it. And I don't know, I just think that's so beautiful. Like, y'all make each other, like, y'all just help each other step into more of, like, who you've always been. And so I just think that, whoa, I didn't expect this. I just think that's really beautiful. And I just, like, want to say, like, I'm so excited just to be up here and, like, get to experience life and just like be in the same room as y'all. Like, y'all just make people feel known and welcome. And like, if I want to go and like talk to you on the corner, you're going to ask me a million questions and make me feel like the most important person in the world. And that's just so cool. So I've just loved like watching y'all grow and just seeing y'all's passion for the Lord, and just like, I don't know, it just has been beautiful. So thank you for letting me be part of it and bringing me in all the time. And I love y'all. Sorry.
Hey there, I'm Drew Bonner. I'm Anna's younger brother, and just gonna talk a little bit about Ben and Anna. I think highly of them. Anna and I were talking recently about, I just kind of thought of this the other day when I was sitting at the kitchen table, that I think that we have actually spent the most amount of time together in proximity to each other in both of each other's lives. Like, just kind of thinking about it, like when we were little, we had these rooms right next to each other, and instead of sleeping in our room, we would just go sleep on this big mat out in front of our rooms, and just to be near each other. And eventually, past few years, got the chance to live together in a little townhouse while I was going to school and she was working, and it was just awesome. And just getting to spend so much time with Anna, you start to realize that just how humble, conscientious, and just encouraging she is. And she'll go out of her way. Your story, Hope, kind of reminded me when I was in 8th grade. Me and my friends thought it would be a fun idea to do the school talent show. And for that, we were going to do a dance routine done by professional dancers. And we were going to try to do it. So it was obviously going to go pretty well. And Anna was willing to drive me to the junior high school at 6:45 a.m. every day just so that I could go and practice some dumb dance routine with my friends. And that's just kind of a snippet of what Anna's about, you know, like she's going to go out of her way, like your matters are more important to her than what she's got going on, and she's going to make it work. And I love you so much for that. I mean, and it's going to be great for everyone around you for the rest of your life. And just with Ben, you know, like everyone said, it just works, you know. This is exactly who needs to be together. Knew it pretty early on, but I was living with Anna when they started dating, so Ben would come in the door. I'd usually be studying, and I got to figure out what's the dynamic here. I can't be like too, buddy. I gotta build up that dynamic. But pretty early on, there was this one thing we started talking about where he's been, traveled and stuff, and he started telling me about his trips to you saw some of them in the video. He'd go to Zion and stuff, and I'd never really been out west. And he started telling me about this place called Angel's Landing, which is just this terrifying cliff that you probably shouldn't do, honestly, but people do it. And Ben, you just pushed me. I remember the day that we were about to go climb it, I was about to chicken out, and then I was like, dang, but I can't do this because, Ben will think I'm a wuss. So, and he proved himself too. This winter, every year over Christmas, us and the Jekyls, we jump in Lake Michigan, and it's freezing cold, and we probably shouldn't do it. But we're about to jump in, and Ben's ready to go. He's got on his short little swimsuit, looking like Captain America, and I get down there, and I'm struggling to get my shoes off, and I'm oh, but he's just a man. But honestly, like everyone's been saying, I think the biggest thing that everyone's highlighted about Ben that I just love so much is just you're just free to be yourself around Ben, and you don't have to put on a show, and he just wants to get to know you, and he wants to let you be a part of it, and I think that we can all learn from that, and I'm just so happy that you guys are going to get to spend the rest of your life together, and that you're joining us. It's going to be great. Happy to call you brother. But yeah, I think this is great.
Hi, I'm John. So Anna, I'm only going to talk to you right now. I think your faith is very apparent in your life, and I want to affirm some things in your heart and maybe speak some to that. Jesus has given you a gift. When he was looking for the king of Jerusalem, or the early king, when he was looking for King David, he was looking for a man that chased after his own heart. And then later when Jesus came and he gave us the two great commandments, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. I can't think of anyone else like Ben that follows God with all his heart, all his soul, all his mind. And I can't think of anyone else who loves his neighbor as himself. So Jesus promised us suffering in this life, and this is a joyous time. But I want you to remember when the suffering comes that you've been given a great gift of a great man who loves the Lord. And I don't think there's anything else he could give you that would be more beautiful than that.
Hi, everyone. I'm Molly. This is Madeline. We're Anna's cousins.
Yes. Anna, we're so happy to be here standing by your side as you marry the love of your life.
Anna, anybody who has the privilege of knowing you well knows that you are the most genuine, loyal, I didn't think this was going to happen, and kind-hearted person, that you spend more time being happy than almost anybody else, and that you always have recommendations for cool little gadgets that you can buy on Amazon that will make your life a little bit more simple.
Agreed. We had the pleasure of getting to know Ben this December as he joined the Jekyll Bonner Christmas, as Anna has come to call it the Bonkel Christmas, combining both of our last names. Over the years, this family visit has evolved into a week-long saga of competitive family games, which Ben jumped right in like a natural, no problem whatsoever. This included driving through a blizzard, participating in the polar plunge, as Andrew alluded to, and helping to keep the guys on track during the annual Men Cook the Women dinner night. And I have to say it went very smoothly this year, so thank you for your efforts there. Through it all with a smile on his face.
Yeah, Ben, you just fit seamlessly into the family, and you're such a great addition. We're just overjoyed to be here with you guys celebrating this weekend, so may God bless you with many happy and healthy years together. Cheers.
Cheers.
One time I told him in high school that after a long and uphill battle, I'd finally beat anorexia, so I think he still has that one in his back pocket, but all jokes aside, I have been able to go through life with Ben and see what kind of man he was from freshman year at Auburn, high school, living together. And if this gives you a picture of what kind of guys Ben and I were freshman year, we were those dorks out in the quad throwing the baseball as hard as we could to try to pick up some girls. And honestly, we were about 0 for 15, so we had to go back to the drawing board and reassess the situation. But in honesty, Ben, I've been so thankful to walk through life with you. You are a godly and dedicated man, and everybody has said that. And you push others to be the best person that they can possibly be, and you do that with me constantly, so I thank you. But through my time living with Ben, I've gotten to know Anna very well, and some of y'all might know this. I went to high school with Anna too, but I think she was might have thought I was a little scary because I only heard 15 words out of her all senior year. But I learned out that wasn't the case because Anna is the most joyous and loving person around, and she is willing to pour into people left and right. And so y'all are going to have a wonderful marriage, and I'm so thankful to be here. And may God bless y'all. So.
I'm Ben's grandma, Grandma Becky, and Ben, when I saw that little boy up there with the underwear and the cowboy boots, it brought back a memory of when you were about 2, 3. We had a rocking horse that had the 4 springs, and we had to teach him how to get up there on it. But boy, did he master it. And he'd get on that thing, and he'd go way forward and way back, and I'd say, hee-haw! He'd go, ha-hee! Ha-hee! I just had to tell you that, Ben. I'm sorry. And another thing is, Ben had friends in school that were girls, but nothing really serious. And through college and through his work, friends, girls, but never found the right one. And I said, Ben, when you find the right one, she's going to hit you between the eyeballs and you're going to be married within 6 months. And then he met her. And he called and told us about meeting her. And I said, well, you got to remember what Grandma said. 6 months. 4 months, I call him, Ben, it's coming. 6 months is coming. Well, needless to say, he made Grandma a liar. But a year later, here we are. And then when Steve mentioned that the first time we met her was at the family get-together at, where was it? I don't know, wherever it was anyway. She fit into our family like a glove. I just couldn't believe how much fun we had with her and how she felt like part of us. And just meeting her. And I'm so happy you're part of our family, Anna. Welcome. And I love you both so much.
So I just wanted to say I'm here to stop this wedding. No, I'm kidding. So I've known Ben for a really long time. One of my best friends in 7th grade ended up leaving and going. He abandoned me to another country. And then the person that took his place was Ben, and Ben ended up best friend too. And so I was like, okay, this is awesome, man. And I'm still waiting on him to abandon me as well. No, I'm kidding. But we had a lot of adventures over the years through middle school and through high school. We played baseball together, went over each other's house, did all sorts of stuff. And then we took a little hiatus during college, but then he wanted to start a company after graduating college, and I was like doing some coding, couldn't get a job. He was like, you want to help me do this happen? I was like, yeah, sure, sounds good to me, man. I didn't know it would go as far as it did. So we did the fantasy sports app. I don't know if any of you heard of it for a while, but I really learned a lot of stuff from Ben during this time. He's probably one of the hardest working people I've ever met. One of the most organized, always was on time. I was bad at like all of this stuff, so like it really made me improve myself a lot as a person. He's one of my friends that I'm the most impressed with And I think the thing I'm the most impressed with him about is that, like a lot of other people have said, I think he really has gotten to know the Lord, searches for the Lord, walks with God, and I think I've seen it have a positive impact on his family, myself, his other friends, and yeah, I think you've really made a wise choice, and I think God's going to bless your life as you go forward. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Hey everyone, my name's Marcus. So I actually met Ben and the rest of the Birmingham people at Auburn. I kind of fell backwards into the group. They more or less adopted me. I lived across the hall and didn't have any friends, so they kind of let me be in their group. Over the last 12 years since I met them, they've more or less been a foundation piece in my life, from any adventure we've gone on to backpacking, spring breaks, trips, just holidays with each other's families. They've always been a piece of that. And Ben specifically is somebody that you can talk to him about anything, whether it be a really weird joke that other friends won't get, or something serious that you just kind of need somebody that'll give you an honest opinion about. He's always been that kind of guy. And Anna, I wasn't actually able to meet originally because I lived up in Philadelphia when they started dating. So when we went on vacation together in Mexico, our whole group went. That was the first time I really got to spend a lot of time with her. And Ben and Anna together just had a very comfortable presence with each other. They never seemed like they were trying to show off to anybody. They were just happy to be with each other and their friends. So being able to be a part of this weekend and everything they have to come, I just feel very lucky to be here.
Hi everybody, I'm Sarah. Anna and I became best friends in the second grade. We won't talk about the first grade, that was a rough time, but starting in the second grade, we were best friends. Anna was always a safe haven for me. We grew up together, we were best friends all the way through elementary school, middle school, high school, and she was just always a person that I could be myself with, whether we were raising our Tamagotchis or playing The Sims or watching the Gilmore Girls. We could just be silly and I could be myself, and I feel like it's really rare to find a friend like that, especially as a teenager. So Anna was my safe place when I was growing up, and I'm just really happy that she's found her safe place with Ben. And Ben, you're really lucky to have her because she's very loyal, she's an amazing friend, and I know that you guys are going to be great together. I'm really happy to be here, so congratulations.
Hi everybody, I'm Catherine Street. I was one of Anna's good friends in college and grad school. I like to think that we bonded through trauma bonding with the CPA exam and accounting classes and internships. I was there for the lives and deaths of the hedgehogs and the rise and fall of their empire. But I think I don't want to repeat anything that's been said tonight, but one thing that stands out to me so much about you, Anna, is that you truly have the purest heart. I think I've always just been so amazed at how you really put everyone else before yourself. And I don't think I've ever met somebody quite like that. And like everyone has said, you truly are the best celebrator of people. I remember when I got engaged, and my husband later told me that Anna rallied all the troops. She got everybody in. She borrowed Claire's engagement banners and set everything up. She took all the pictures, and no one asked her to do that. She just stepped in and told my now husband that was what was going to be done. And I think Anna has one of the sweetest spirits, and truly you are one of the people that I can be myself with, and we could always be weird accounting people, but also feel completely seen and known and loved. And Ben, you're just getting a true gem. I can't say enough about that. And I think anyone who spends enough time with Anna knows what a real gem that she is. And it makes me so happy to see you so happy, friend. And also I'm trying to get her to move over to finance and the dark side, since accounting it's the burnout path.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Robbie. I have known Ben for quite a while now, I think since 7th grade or so. We actually played baseball together as well, and same with Taylor. And I'm actually very glad that his baseball card made the slideshow, because I'm pretty sure that my baseball card is still my contacts picture for Ben and his phone. So very glad that his at least made it up there. But as I've gotten to know Ben through the years, he's always been a staple friend. He's always been there, been very appreciative of him through the years. I moved away to Charlotte for a while and didn't always be the best about staying in touch with everyone, but as soon as I was back with the guys, and especially with Ben, it was like nothing changed. It was like I hadn't seen him in 2 days rather than 6 months. So always loved Ben for that, and glad that we could just pick up right where we left off. One of my favorite memories of Ben, and hope this is not revenge, but one of my favorite is spring break. In college. We were here in Orange Beach and went to the Floribama and somehow convinced Ben to go up on stage because it was karaoke night and sing 21 by Corey Smith, which hindsight may have not have been the best idea because he got to the third verse and then promptly forgot what the third verse was. So we had to shout that one out to him, and I think he was a little embarrassed, but he powered through it, thankfully. But if I had known that he should have known the verses. There's no excuse. Just been one of my really good friends that I can always come and talk to about anything. And when him and Anna started dating, it was one of the true first times that I have been able to see him be himself with someone that he has been dating, and I think Anna really pulled that out of him. So I was very, very happy to see that Ben could be his true self, and I think Anna's very, very much a big part of that reason. And getting to know you better, because we all went to high school together, so. But getting to know you better these past few years has been very nice, and it's been very happy to see you and Ben grow together as a couple, and couldn't think of anyone better for each of y'all. So, thanks.
Hey, I'm Josh. I'm Ben's friend. I've known Ben a long, long time from the early days of Oak Mountain Presbyterian Church. One of Ben's love languages is music, and I can't tell you how many times that Ben and I have sent music recommendations to each other. From the early days of like scouring songs on the internet that no one had heard, we just sent them to each other. And we were driving down here this morning, and I was listening to music and went, oh my gosh, Ben showed me like 3/4 of these bands. And I think him sharing that love with you is definitely him communicating his love to you. Everything everybody has said tonight about Ben is 100% true. The word that comes to mind with Ben is authentic. He's so authentic in his words and his actions, and just everything about his personality. And it's an honor to be your friend. I was thinking back to when I met Anna, and when they were putting those dates up there, I'm like, oh, that's like pretty close to when I met Anna. So I've kind of had a front row seat to their relationship grow and blossom, and it has just been an honor. And it's been remarkable to watch y'all just fall in love very quickly, and to get to this point. So congratulations to you both.
So I'm Matt, or Uncle Matt. So I'll first start with a funny thing, and that was the same weekend. So Ben was pretty young, and our oldest daughter, who couldn't be here tonight, I referred to her as Peanut at one point in time. I'm like, hey, Peanut, and Steve answered, and he's like, yeah. And so since then, Steve has been in our family Uncle Peanut, which is great, right? But the same weekend that happened, Ben loved Batman, just loved Batman, and he had these little action figures. And so he wanted me to play with them, and I'm having fun, and in there with them and getting all these little characters. And I wanted to be Batman, and he's like, no, I'm Batman. And so he gave me this character. I don't know who the heck it was, but this guy had flames coming off of him. And so Ben, the scene before, and he was in his underwear, and he's running through the house, and he's got Batman, and he's singing along, and all of a sudden he goes, come on, Uncle Flamer! And I'm like, I'm so grateful that never stuck. So, but actually, this isn't a talk to either of you. It's to Jim, and it's one of those being a dad of girls. It's hard, It's because you're like the rock star in their life, and they just worship everything that you do, and then after a while they start noticing other guys, and then you get a little bit defensive, and then you start worrying about who they're going to be with. And I think you've heard the testimony up here. If I had a son, I couldn't imagine a better son than Ben. I love him. I think of him as my own, and I just want to let you know you're a very lucky man, and God bless you both.
All right, I will keep this short. Under 10 is what I promised. We're here for Anna and Ben's roast. Toast. We're here for their toast. But I love both of you. You guys are amazing. Anna's amazing, of course, from everything that we've heard today. But just her energy, her love, her compassion, it's very special. And you've been an amazing younger sister, and so lucky to been able to fall into the Bonner family and have you part of my life. I don't think it's very rare that an evening goes by where Anna's not FaceTiming Elizabeth and chatting and calling over the past year or 9 months planning, and I'm so happy that now we're at this weekend to celebrate both you and Ben. But you're an unbelievable little sister to me, to Elizabeth. You're an unbelievable aunt to Luca, and we just love you so much. And just want to congratulate you, Ben, on being a part and joining the Bonner family. Just everything, getting to know you over the years. Somehow you wrangled yourself into unpacking all of my boxes when I moved into my new house. We were talking about them, so we won't get into how that happened. But just you've been unbelievable. It's been so seamless, easy, your transition into this family, and very happy to have another loving music lover in the family. Have an amazing younger brother. Andrew loves it, but I think Ben might love music a little bit more. But again, another reason why it was so seamless, because the only thing I can say about the Bonners is they're just so true and genuine in their love and care for each other, for me, when they accepted me, which makes perfect sense for how it's been so nice and easy for you to join and become part of our family as well. So I love you all so much, so happy for you, and cheers.
These are always great, and you hear all the stories you may not have heard or known, and a lot you did, but you kind of forgot. But it's always interesting hearing it from other people and the different angle they have on what you may have heard or maybe didn't know. But it was a great evening hearing, celebrating Anna, you coming into our family, the Bonners celebrating Ben, now joining their family, and I was looking forward to the future. Is just something I really am cherishing. So for everybody here tonight, this has been awesome. Thank you so much. You're more than welcome just to oh, Ben wants to say something? Yeah. It's your show, I guess. Yes.
While the stage is open, I guess.
it means so much that all of you would come out to Orange Beach. It's a destination wedding for everybody. Well, not everybody, actually. It just shows how much you care for Anna and I, and the fact that y'all are here tonight just, there's a reason that you're here. It's because you mattered to each and every one of us, and Anna and I. It's just so special to be in the same room with you people. Can't say some of you didn't come down for the Floribama. And Robbie, you're right. There's no excuse that I shouldn't have forgotten, or I should have forgotten those lyrics. Yeah, maybe tonight. Yeah. We'll see you there. We'll see you there. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta study up a little bit. But Jim and Patrice, y'all have welcomed me into your family. It has been seamless and it's just been beautiful. You've raised an amazing daughter, and I'm just honored to get to marry her and get to know her more. And Mom and Dad, you've also raised an amazing son. No. Yeah, and humble and yeah, no. Sorry. But I just look up to you guys so much. You guys have had just such an impact in my life, and I truly think I would be sobbing right now if all the tears haven't already left my body. But I love you guys, and I'm so excited to marry you tomorrow. Our life is going to be wonderful, and I love you very much. So with that, are we wrapping up then? I think so. Okay. Well, thank you all. Thank you all.